So flying as a vegan, so stupid. I tend to travel a lot for work, and sometimes international flights are required. And through trial and error, I have found some pretty low effort things you can do to make sure that you actually have some vegan food to eat on those long flights where, you know, it would kind of suck to not have any vegan food available. You can either call the customer service line for the airline that you're flying. This can be a bit annoying because the hold times can be long. You need to make sure that you do this ideally at least 72 hours before your flight. This will make sure that they can actually, they don't really guarantee the meal, but it's a much higher chance that it gets processed and you actually get your vegan meal. Call the airline, you say, hey, I have this international flight or this really long flight. You request a vegan meal.
Hi, yes, how may I help you today, ma'am?
Hi, I just got ticketed on a flight and it's international and it's through Air France. So I wanted to ask for some help in requesting a vegan meal for that flight. I've often gotten a lot of pushback, like, well, what is a vegan meal? Do you mean vegetarian? And you're like, no, I mean vegan. Oftentimes it's the vegetarian strict. And what you can do is you can just ask the person that is helping you out what the allergens are on that. And so normally the vegetarian strict will show no dairy, no egg, no meat, no fish. That's one method. Another method, at least for Delta, I've only done it with Delta, is you can actually go online, find your trip, find your flight, and then you select the service requests. And you add a special meal. And unfortunately, they don't have the allergens there. But every time I've selected vegetarian, just the blank vegetarian one, it's been a vegan meal. Yeah, so then I had a question about that just in the future to confirm. When you're looking at the special meals, there's a few options. One is vegetarian and one is vegetarian dairy. Is the vegetarian one the one I want to select for vegan?
Yes, so for the vegetarian one, you look for the vegetarian non-dairy. So that is the vegan meal.
Okay, awesome. And you'll see that it shows that special meals are submitted. You can just click that again and just double check that you selected what you wanted. I always try to bring something in my backpack with me, like a granola bar or a protein bar, just in case for whatever reason it didn't go through. I also always print out my boarding passes, so it's just a bit reassuring when you can see that the service request is printed on your boarding pass. The vegan meal that was served on the flight from Atlanta to Amsterdam was the root vegetable chili. It had brown rice, red beets, green onion, and pumpkin seeds. The meal came with fresh fruit and a little salad that had pumpkin seeds, dried fruit, some greens, either barley or buckwheat, and apples. It also came with a bread roll and vegan butter. This was a red-eye flight, so the second meal that they served was supposed to be a breakfast situation. I got a little sandwich with tofu, tomatoes, and spinach. Honestly, I thought it was pretty good, as well as a side of fruit. The vegan meal on the way back from Amsterdam to Atlanta was a dal makhani meal with basmati rice with raisins and sauteed leaf spinach with peas and paratha bread. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing some of this wrong. Honestly, I thought it was really good. On both flights, and oftentimes after I fly, I often hear people complaining about the meal service. It's like, okay, one, what did you expect? It's a plane. And two, I don't know if I'm just a hungry hippo or if the vegan meals are better, but I'm always like pleasantly surprised with the food I get. This meal was served with sort of Mediterranean little side dish with hummus, asparagus, roasted bell peppers, cucumbers, and an olive, one single olive, as well as a side of fruit. I ended up not getting the second meal on this flight, but someone near me got it, and it was like without a better way to describe it, sort of like a Hot Pocket, but with like chickpeas and like tomatoes. It smelled really good. Thank you guys for eating vegan with me on this international flight. It was so long and awful, but at least I had vegan food. So yeah, if you like more vegan tips like this, you subscribe if you want. If you don't, I get it. Okay, bye.